In a lot of countries, kings aren't allowed to rule anymore. So I guess a more proper title for this game would be For the Federal Government. But that doesn't really roll off the tongue. For the King has 6 game modes you can choose from. I'm sorry, I meant 5 game modes you can choose from. This one actually requires friends to play with. But which one should we choose? This one only has dungeons filled with monsters for you masochistic pricks. This one takes place in the icy north where it's cold. But little known fact, walruses have their natural habitat in the Bahamas. We don't handle the cold very well. This one doesn't have a story. I could create my own story, but that takes a lot of work. Something I am unwilling to put into this video. And here we have the original mode. I honestly want to play this mode, but since every Let's Player uses this mode for their videos, it is considered the basic mode. I do want to be a basic white girl just so I can show this mode to you guys, but I just can't find myself to like pumpkin spice latte. That leaves us with Into the Deep, the pirate adventure. This is great! People love seeing pirates on the silver screen. If anime ever taught me anything, it's that I can probably squeeze like 1,000 videos and multiple movies out of this one pirate adventure. We are playing this campaign on the apprentice level because the other 2 difficulties are boring. One is based on sports, something which I prefer to keep as far away as possible, and the other one involves a cult which believes in reincarnation. Something which should not be allowed. That would mean that I have to compete with past lives to find out which version of me is the coolest person in history. The Apprentice, on the other hand, is about an orange funny man who believes he is God. A way better fit for the channel. Now that we have the basics set up for our adventure, we can start assembling our party. We have a blacksmith who wields a shield and a hammer. He will be the muscles of the group. With his ability to block some attacks, he will be the last man standing in most fights. In RuneScape, white armor is the same as black armor, but it gives a slight increase in prayer stat. So if I name him Whitesmith, he might be able to get God to aid us on our journey. Next up is the minstrel. He is the most talented of the bunch and actually went through with his New Year's resolutions to learn how to play an instrument. Since he hasn't spent time playing competitive team-based games, he acquired the skill to inspire his allies instead of berating them for his own mistakes. I'll name him after the 2 most respected musicians of our time, Jake Astley. Last but not least, we have Steven to give our team some sex appeal. First quest, go scare away a fish. Should be easy enough. Tell him your favorite food is sashimi and he won't bother you anymore. After you scare away the fish, you get a message from this guy Hildebrand. I don't trust this guy. Brand can roughly be translated to fire, meanwhile Hilde is a name often used in Old Norse languages. Do you remember any movie which involved Norse culture and fire? Exactly, Thor Ragnarok. But Thor Ragnarok didn't follow the actual storyline of Ragnarok in Norse mythology. Ragnarok is a disastrous series of events which eventually leads to the submersion of the world in water. Okay, yeah, the theory is a bit far-fetched, the sea is still looking pretty normal after all. We go to the tavern that Hildebrand recommended and get attacked by a bunch of pirates. We beat up the ones who attacked us and bribe the other pirates with vitamin C Flintstone gummies. They tell us where Captain Braddock lives, so we go to his house only to find out that he's a retired veteran pirate. In between his sporadic flashbacks of the oceanic trenches in Vietnam, he tells us about the fish people who want to summon a great flood to submerge the kingdom of Faerul. Hey, wait a second. That sounds an awful lot like Ragnarok. Where did that guy Hildebrand go? He left? The rat bastard! I lent him my last copy of Shrek 2 on DVD. I knew he was a bit fishy from the start. Where did he go? He turned into that thing? Screw saving the kingdom. This is now a revenge story. 3 men, 1 oversized McFish, and a copy of the best movie ever made. Who will come out on top? Since the big fish is located in the water, we're going to need a boat to get to him. It just so happens that there is a boat in the cellar. Why does a wine cellar have a boat? Can't a man fantasize about creating a lake of grape juice? To get the boat we need to slay terrifying monsters like skeletons, goblins, and a KKK member who forgot to use Clorox when washing his uniform. Take the boat, place the boat, wrong game. Take the boat, place the boat, and start traveling the sea. Kill some monsters for XP and encounter the Kraken. Wait, what? This isn't supposed to happen yet. Steven, go tell him that he's only supposed to appear in the second Pirates of the Caribbean movie, so it's way too early. Someone wasn't happy to hear that. Now our heroes are stranded with no hope of anyone saving them. They prepared their whole lives for this adventure, just to end in misery. But what's going on? Whitesmith started praying. His name actually worked! God decided to create a portal for us to escape back to the mainland. The only thing he wanted in return was for us to sacrifice a cow, a goat and a ram, each 3 years old. That age seems a bit suspicious though. Let me check some numbers. If a cow lives up to 18 years old, then 3 years would be 1/6 of its lifespan. Compare that to humans, when they become 80, they've lived a little less than 1/4 of their lifespan. Which means that they should count as cow pedophilia, meaning God is a pedophile. I'm regretting asking God for help. Anyways, now we can continue on our adventure. Oh look, a parrot! That is perfect for our pirate adventure. Pokemon taught me that you need to injure beasts before you can try capturing them. So let's shoot at it first. Garbage game. 0 out of 10. Buy a new, better boat and start sailing. To give us more time before fighting an overgrown Nemo, we need to clear these water temples. They work the same as other dungeons, some monsters, some traps, some more traps, and it ends with some sick tunes. Our heroes raided that temple with ease, but they need to get stronger if we don't want another Kraken incident to happen. Cue the training montage. After months-long training, which I clearly didn't turn into a montage because I couldn't think of any jokes, our heroes have arrived. To take revenge on the Sea King, they must first pass through his general, Mighty, the Abominable, the cruelest of all, the Kraken! And is already dead. Now only our final foe is left, Hildebrand. If you want to beat this guy, then we'll have to come up with a strategy. His name is Sea King, a clear reference to Pokemon. Sea King is a water-type Pokemon. Water-type Pokemon are weak to both electric and grass types. Grass is a type of plant. What if we create a power plant to generate electricity? If we bury grass, it will eventually turn into coal. We can use this coal for our power plant to create the ultimate mix of grass and electricity, and then he'll never be able to beat us. Sea King gets access to Lightning Rod, ruining our whole plan. Well played, you sly bastard. But did you prepare for my ultimate hidden move? The world was saved once again. Whitesmith would go bankrupt because God wanted more goats. Jake Astley went on to commit suicide after inventing the musical genre rock. And Steven, that rascal, he went on to become the world's first supermodel.